love good people. So a lot of people are still talking about Kwame Brown. And I had a little back and forth with a guy in a comment section for a YouTuber, and he was convinced that Kwame Brown is scamming people. So we went back and forth for a while, and I've come to realize that a lot of people don't understand what Kwame is saying, even at this point. You know, I don't know if it's disappointing, but people, so much flies over their head, and these are things that they should grasp. You know, it's sad. But the last comment that I left, I didn't get a response back because I had to lay everything out. It's like Kwame takes his time and eloquently expresses himself, but people, I guess it takes a lot to reverse. There's something, you know, there's a cloud over us. Those who get it, I guess they get it, you know. So I got a chance to go to Brunswick, right? Because one dude was like, I guess he was talking to somebody else, and he was like, you were not there, you were not there. I'm hearing things about tracking devices being in shoes, and you know, I was able to gather some footage, edit it, you know, to a certain degree, and obviously there are children involved, and I did not want to videotape children excessively per se. You know, it was in the premises of a school, but everything was cool, everybody was cool, because the people that were there, they get it, you know what I'm saying? So I had boots on the ground, you know, I wanted to check certain vibes for myself. So I mean, my overall conclusion is, if Kwame Brown made 6 million, 60 million, or 600 million, Kwame Brown will be the same person. That is what I recognize. You know what I'm saying? Like in the video that I did, the first guy was like, yo, he can't believe he's so down to earth. It's like, it's something you can feel, you know? I know it's a different generation. I grew up in the 80s, 90s, you know what I'm saying? And Kwame Brown is like a youth, a brethren, a friend from around the way. You know, get along. If you say, yo, let's go do vibes, you know what I'm saying? He's into it, suggests ideas, cool, brethren. So I come to realize that what he's trying to do, he takes it to heart. I've seen it. I see the way he interacts with people, and I see the way that people interact with him. And I know there's a little back and forth about people saying, oh, Kwame Brown, don't even respond to these guys. You know, but I understand where he's coming from, because there are a lot of people, you know, they get a lot of followers, they have a lot of, I guess, recognition, and it's basically all they do, you know. And then people are saying that, okay, he's talking about people, but then he keeps telling you, these are people who say something about him first, you know, so we have to really pay attention. And he wants to expose these people. People need to stop acting like this thing does not exist on every level, everywhere. You have people who are standing on the shoulders of others, for one. You know what I'm saying? Or they have to be speaking or downing somebody else. So who better in terms of someone in the public eye? Because you see, Kwame is the microcosm of the bigger thing. Anywhere you go, there's politics. Anywhere you go, there's politics, man. You know, even on my little level of playing ball, you realize that the coach play who he like or who befriends him the most. Or, you know, we all been through that. I even played JUCO, and it's like the same kind of vibe. You know, the go along, get along gang is a real thing. You know what I'm saying? But for people to be acting like this is not a positive thing. When you think about the violence on a global scale between black people, I mean, even in black nations where the leadership is predominantly black, you have people aggressing each other, but they don't take it to words. We know the world we live in. It's bloodshed. You hear about all these IG live killings and all these robberies and all these ops and beefing back and forth. And you say to yourself, well, how did we get here? It makes you question. Or not even question, it lets you see how a people can be enslaved. The disunity. Yeah, it's very real, very possible. Because now when you act out in a certain way, even against your own, other people are looking on and say, well, if they do that to their own, look, man, we gotta suppress these people, we gotta oppress them, we gotta enslave them, because look at what they do to their own. You know what I'm saying? And then you have these so-called woke or conscious people. Look, man, I don't care what you say. Every white man is not bad, and every black man is not good. Likewise, on the feminine side, you know, that's just the reality we live in. We live in a culture and a world today where life is not valued. You know, politics and religion. Oh man, those things are, you know, it's a mistake. It's not as good as you think. A lot of people don't practice what they preach. Main thing. They'll tell you this and that. Tell you about their God. Tell you about their political ideology and philosophy. You know what I'm saying? But they're thinking for themselves. They don't realize the vastness and the differences that exist. Different people, different mindset. You know? And yet still, at the core, we all want the same thing. We all want to live in peace. We all want to be successful. We all want to be happy. We all want to be loved. You know? It's all the negative energy. Man, it's amazing. It is amazing. And it's not right. It's not a good example. Can you imagine? This man comes, he's speaking about trading and coding, and people, you see, it's out of desperation. People so much want to change, they work in their mind to say, yo, how can we fix this thing? And a man come out with something. Now, granted, many people have done things in the community and continue to do things in the community. But now, singularly from Kwame's perspective, you're telling me that this man is getting backfire and hate from who? From his own people. You know what I'm saying? So that is why he's doing the weeding out. You know, it is necessary. It is necessary. It is content. Because we all go through that everywhere we go. And people are tired of it because we see the direction that communities are going in, or people are going in, you know. And I'm not saying that for everybody, because, you know, overall, we have a lot of great people. We have a lot of good people who have a lot of good in their heart, who have love, who want to see change and try to do little things here and there, inspire their friends and help, and, you know, speak to their youths or youths in their family, nephew, nieces, you know, children, whatever the case may be. So if we understand that, you know, why would we go after someone as opposed to saying, yo, Kwame, we gonna help you, we gonna support, you know what I'm saying? What ideas do you have? You know, now a man may say, well, Kwame, if you want coding and trades back in school, do we depend on the government? You know, I know Kwame has said it. They're supposed to do their job. But the next man might say, well, you know what, Kwame, I can do this, I can do that. Let's start it up from here, start it from the ground, and then move forward. Which, you know, I think I've heard Kwame kind of mention that too. You know what I'm saying? Organizing certain things, going to the local, you know what I'm saying, and doing it that way. But then, instead of fighting this man, figure out a way to help. You can tell that the brother has a good ear. He listens, you know, and you can't really be offended because everybody's not going to adapt to the way that you do things or whatever. But overall, you all should be able to sense that there's goodness in his heart. You know, it's ironic that maybe you may disagree or may backlash against Kwame, but then you may support some other clown. Now, I'm not going to call no names. There's certain YouTubers out there. Everybody, Kwame been talking about them. But then I was shocked to see and to hear, you know what I'm saying, the things that come out of these guys' mouths. Literal clowns, for real. And these guys have major followings. And I'm like, wow, you're telling me that people sit down and listen to these guys? That is the level of intelligence, comprehensive and perceptive skills that we have. To listen to these guys and give them that level of notoriety, you know, it's like I'm in shock. There are a few YouTubers that I subscribe to, and over the years, and when I realize that they begin to stagnate and they begin to repeat and they begin to, when they do their debates or whatever the case may be, they keep doing this. You know what I do to these guys? I boycott them. I stop watching them to the point where they don't come up on my feed anymore, because I realize it's all a show. It's a joke, it's a game. And if they do something, they're showing off in a sense. You know what I'm saying? I don't sense that genuine vibes, because I see how they deal with each other. You know, and it's offensive. You know, very offensive. But anyway, I was there. I saw it for myself. Now, you don't know what anybody's doing in the background and so on and so forth. But I think most people kind of have an idea that they feel spirit. They feel vibes. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, I like the vibe that was there. I really appreciate that vibes. You know, all those people who subscribe now to Kwame Brown, the hundreds of thousands of people. Man, I wish y'all could have meet this man. I wish y'all could meet the man. I know y'all love the lives and the, you know, what he put up and so on. Trust me, what you get right there is the same thing you get. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, good vibes. And for all those people talking about cursing, when I was there, Kwame was noble, respectful, dealt with the young and the old, equally balanced. So you can't really say anything. So in the future, if this man put things together and try his best to help, you know what I'm saying? Support support. For the simple fact that, you know, we do have great leaders. But at this point, it seems like all the iconic leaders have either died or been assassinated. So when you get a vibes like this, these are the things that we hold on to because we know the violence that's around us. So you have to hold on to this or anything like it. You know what I'm saying? And nobody's saying that, oh, everybody have to go and support Kwame. Nah, there are many people in different communities who are doing things. Support them. Go and lend a helping hand. You know what I'm saying? That is why I wanted to have video footage, a documentation to some degree for the first one. Or at least the first one since this thing blew up. I wanted to make sure I got that for myself and to share to some degree, you know. So yeah, we just have to show love, man, and stop playing games. Tracking devices in the shoes. Tracking devices in the shoes. Man, it is... Man. Really? Really? You know? It's... You realize why we're going through what we're going through. You realize the depth of it and how it's so easy to climb out of that. It's gonna be a tough fight. It's gonna be a tough fight. You know, it's almost like people don't even know what to get inspiration from anymore. Y'all don't know what to get inspiration from. We lost our sense of feeling and our sense of touch. It's saddening. You know. Anyway, maybe I'll start doing more videos, you know, because I'm enjoying the vibes too. You know, it's a good vibes, it's solid. I like where it's going. When Kwame said putting trades and coding in schools, the next man may say, yo, put more of something else, and another man may say put more of something else, and you just do your part. Everybody do a little bit here and there, wherever they are, to whatever degree, you know, because it adds up. You know, it's increments, incrementalist. You know, it will add up, it will get somewhere. You know, one last thing. Everybody's getting on Stephen A. I think rightfully so. You know, I think rightfully so. I don't think that people who have never played on a certain level should be commenting or commentating about that thing. They can, but not on the highest level. Those who have been on the highest level should be the ones commentating on the highest level. You know, or who should be at the forefront. Because yeah, we're all fans, and you know, but to have that power or that authority, nah. Somebody who was on the highest level, who know all the inside and out, they should be up top. Stephen A. The arrogance is you know, at one point it seemed entertaining, but I know that sometimes I've felt this kind of embarrassing kind of vibe, like, man, this guy don't even, you know, sometimes it's embarrassing, you know, the going off, the just talking, you know, sometimes you give good points. But another thing with NCAA Division I sports, basketball and football, annually, 8.5 billion. Well, actually, NCAA Division I sports, but football and basketball is about 58-60% of that revenue. 8.5 billion. So what about the numbers that's not even accounted for? Annually, where does this money go? 8.5 billion in 1 year? Annually? For how many years? So like I was explaining to a guy, he didn't really get it. Kwame Brown was the first pick out of high school. Straight out of high school, a first round pick, and went number 1. So when we realize that these colleges depend on inner city youths, usually, or to a great degree, to finance their programs, they don't want to see people jumping straight from high school into the league. They want to make sure they get their piece too, and to get their cut, get their revenue from them. You know, for many years, I know a lot of athletes. They love the opportunity, but every athlete don't make it. You know, every athlete don't even graduate college. You know, so it's a mistake. It's almost like, I don't want to say circus, almost even like slavery. You know, they've been used. So these organizations, they work like this. That's the gang he's talking about. They make billions and trillions of dollars. For people to start leaving straight from high school and going into the league, you're taking their money. So of course they're going to have smear campaigns. You know, of course they're going to do that. Is it right? Absolutely not. This is what he's talking about. You know, so why can't people get that? You know, why shouldn't a man defend himself? Why? A lot of people say things about America, but the American spirit is about freedom. With everything going on in the world, with the pandemic, so on and so forth, and we see right in front of our eyes how freedom is being taken away, or the idea of it. That idea is never supposed to enter the mind of people who think freely, but for some reason it is a cloud now over this place. You know, so people gotta pay attention to what's going on. Freedoms are being taken away. And then right in our own communities, from a lot of our own people, freedom is being taken away. To all these youths globally, the diaspora, the States, wherever, Caribbean, the bloodshed, you think there's no repercussion because you're not connected to anything spiritual. I'm not talking about religion. I'm just talking about the laws of the universe, karmic energy. You know, you think there's no repercussion. There is a repercussion. And we are like a herd, because one person say one thing and all of a sudden that's the thing. You know, sometimes they say your brain is here. Sometimes they say your intestines is a brain because it looks like a brain. Some people saying your heart is a brain. You know. But check this. I say that every part of your body is a brain. Why? Because every part of your body has cells. It is stimulated by many things. So you can explain that if you get burnt on your hand, the signal is so rapid it gets to your brain, and no, I think that is recognized right wherever it is, the cell, and the rest of your body calculates it. The whole body calculates what's happening, not just your brain. are not just this brain that they say that you have. So I say every single cell, the trillions, the countless trillions of cells in our body are brains. Just to put it in that format, something that tells you what exactly what's happening around you. So that may sound kind of weird or off topic, but at some point maybe somebody else will say, who is in the scientific field, who is established or authorized to say certain things, and then you will hear everybody saying it. So no, I'm not a person who limits myself to somebody telling me something and I accept it, or somebody giving me a book to read and say, oh, that book came from heaven. I'm not one of those. You know what I'm saying? I can think for myself, because if we're created, that means that we are connected to the Creator. So we don't necessarily need anything outside. We know what we feel, so that means we should know how someone else feels. That alone can build humility and humanity. You don't have to read in a book, love, or God said to love, or he gonna burn you up in hell. Nobody got to read that. Nobody had to put that in a book. Because we know what we see, we know what we feel, we know what we want for ourselves. So we understand how somebody else feels. So people stop playing games. There are a lot of lies out there. A lot of truths mixed with lies. But we just have to, be more focused and be aware. Any good cause out there, you just support it in some way, shape or form. Or you do your vibes and do some work. A lot of people are afraid to be disciplined. A lot of people think that what they're doing, they've been doing it for so long, that's just the only thing they can do. They can't branch out and do more. But these same people claim that this is hard work, I'm doing this or doing that, when really and truly it isn't. The hard work is evolving. That is the hard work. Not what you're doing telling somebody else, oh, I'm good at this, I'm better than you, I've been doing this or whatever. Can you do something else? Can you keep doing something else forever and ever? And keep ascending. That is the hard work. So, anyway, blessed love to everybody. Anybody who get to see this video. Blessed love to Kwame Brown. Shut out. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And anybody doing anything positive, especially in these perilous times, love and honor. You know what I'm saying? Leave a good mark, leave a good legacy. The universe will reward you. The Creator will reward you. And no more lies.